anthem that a lot of people don't care for. You know, they like, well, you know, you didn't really put it in correct sentences. I don't care. I didn't get it to put it in a correct sentence. I was given it so you'll know you're the seed. And many of us to this day, as long as I've been saying it, haven't realized I am the seed that grows and advances the kingdom. If you don't advance, the kingdom can't advance. If you stay like these people that stayed stuck and always see struggle, and you can't identify with anything but pain and struggle, you never see the other side of the road, freedom and opportunity, because stuck and struggle is what you're used to. Freedom and opportunity. Some people don't think until they have a problem. Some people don't think until they get mad. Some people don't tell you the truth until they get drunk. Then when they get drunk, I want you to know, anyhow, I ain't no like you. But let them be sober. They can't say nothing. So it really strikes me, and I didn't know it, and I constantly ask God, why am I still with the grasshopper, Jesus? And now I understand. It has to be taught. It has to be a new culture. And a new culture brings new people. So the scripture that we're going to work from, and the reason that I came up with this in a keyword today that I used earlier, I want you to write this word, temperament. So you ready? All right, she over there, she just charged up today. She ready. She like, Papa. Let's do both of them.
Temperament. A person or animal's nature, especially as it permanently affects their behavior.
A person, now see, here's the kicker that a lot of people don't get. You can just get in the right spot, baby, because they have to get themselves together back there. People ask me why I'm buying a new board. I'm like, first of all, I need new people that can run the old board, because it ain't that deep. All right, come on. You come up here with me. You're my grandbaby. Come on. Come on up here with me. All right. Now, come on. Now I want to show you something. And this is what people fall out with me about. But, I mean, God didn't give you what he gave me, so you keep yours and I'm going to keep mine. So let's just call it even. If the God that we serve is not in us, I want you to know, do you not know that you're made from the same dirt as the animals? You know that. But if God isn't in you, then what nature are you going to act out of? What do you see animals do? They take control and destroy each other. So listen to the first concept of this. Read it for me.
A person or animal's nature.
Now notice a person or a animal's nature. Your nature, your comfort zone, will keep you out of the will and the path of God. What does that mean? If I only do what I'm comfortable with, and there's nothing to govern my spirit. Does this make sense? Because animals are subject to respond to everything that go on in their zone. Come on, read.
A person or animal's nature, especially as it permanently affects their behavior.
So there are some things that will affect your behavior. Because to affect your behavior, you have to be infected in your intelligence. And if you're not assured of doing it, this is why the Bible says God has not given you the spirit of fear, but the spirit of fear show up and talk you out of the right thing you should do. You should have went back to school 3 years ago. But your nature, now you're praying that God keeps your job when God knew 3 years ago you need to elevate yourself so you can have options, not survival skills. I want somebody to get this. With God, he tries to develop you so you'll have options. In nature, you just have survival skills. And so in this culture, they were surviving, and they were stuck, and they were struggling. They couldn't see freedom and opportunity. So when freedom and opportunity showed up, guess what they did? They went back to their nature. Come on, let's read it.
The second one.
Mm-hmm.
Temperament is your baby's behavioral style.
So where does it start? So if he gonna stay up all night, it first has to be approved by his parents. And if his parents let him stay up all night, then he's gonna think everybody else in the world should let him stay up. Now let me take it a step further. Then when he or she gets to a certain age, and you have to yell at them and throw stuff at them all the time, guess what's going to happen when they get in society? They going to think somebody has to yell at them and throw stuff at them to get their attention. So what's with all the spoiling babies and stuff? Oh, ain't nobody with me right now. This my last one. This my boy. They look just like me. You about to mess up that child. Because, and some of y'all messed up in here. I know you messed up. Just ask me off camera. I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Yeah, some of y'all messed up. Y'all ain't looking well, but you messed up. I said this in the parking lot before I left Greenville. There were some people asking me. It tended to be a good subject. And I said, here's the problem. He's a man, but he's never been prepared to be a husband. And many times he's never been prepared to be a man. So if he's in his nature, he's going to drain whatever is in his area code. And if it's a female, and if she has not been trained to share, then she's going to drain everything. And the worst thing you can get is two draining people. The worst thing you can have is two needy people and two whiny people. Boy, it's going to be, but y'all mighty quiet in here. I must have parked at some of y'all house, at your garage, at your front door or something, because I'm gonna tell you the truth. See, you're praying, but you don't have the capacity of the prayer that you're asking God for, because God is still seeing your temperament. Do you deserve your prayer? Yes. Would he love to answer your prayer? Yes. But you don't have the spiritual bandwidth, neither the proper intellect and intelligence to handle the gift that you're asking God for, because you're acting funny now. Why would you be acting funny at the poorhouse? You think the big house gonna make you better? You really gonna show out. Come on, read the characteristics.
Characteristics of temperament include activity level, distractibility.
Distractibility. So how quickly are you distracted? You don't focus on your tasks. You're always trying to solve someone else's issues, but you will never address your own. Spouses do this to their spouse. They always can tell you something. They always bring up something that's supposed to be in the recycle bin, supposed to be in the trash bin, and they bring up something. Well, I remember that was 7 years ago. That means they haven't let it go, and they've been holding it for this moment. There ain't no couple, ain't nobody looking at nobody. Everybody. Because your temperament. Come on.
Characteristic of temperament include activity level, distractibility, adaptability, sensitivity.
Adapt. Here's the thing. When the opportunity comes, many people are not prepared to adapt. What's your classification in school? Senior. Okay. I want you to tell me, what was the biggest difference between high school and your first year of college? Okay, come on up here. Put your mask on. Come on up here. You stay right here because you going to you have to go to school. Okay, you ain't got no choice. You and my family. I don't need no more dummies. We got that whole section full over there. We got the dummy section in my family full. We don't need none of them over there. Look, put the camera up on me. This, because I'm gonna take this to my mama. I can't wait till I go to TV. Woo! I'm going to my mama's address. Lord, I'm gonna turn her channel. I think I'm gonna find a way to delete all the other channels so she can watch all my programming. And I'm gonna tell her, I told you. Yes, I'm crazy, but I'm smart. Okay. Now, okay, you on this. Okay, you over here. See, over here, it's all jacked up. Okay. Now, give her the mic, and I want you to. We were talking about what was it, adaptability. Yeah. Many people are asking for something that they're unwilling to adapt to, and because people have allowed them to have their way, they think they're supposed to have their way everywhere. And I said this in the parking lot before I left. It's the worst thing you can have is someone draining you. See, it's cute to a man when there's a whiny woman. And it makes him feel, nah, they're going to try to act like that don't make them feel. Look at Sexy Rick, yeah, it make me feel like I'm doing something. Okay. But it get old. It get old. But y'all ain't looking well. It get old. People get tired of you. I know anybody want to tell the truth, but I'll tell the truth. They get tired of your whining behind. So now, what was the biggest difference from going from high school to college?
Just having to, do stuff on my own, and I have a lot more freedom.
So that freedom, if you're not prepared, can be dangerous.
Absolutely.
Because you got all kind of crowds. And so all of a sudden the crowd looked better than the book. And so now, what was the biggest difference between your freshman year and now your senior year?
That I'm more adapted to that freedom.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm better at making my own decisions, and I had to cut friendships because, they couldn't adapt.
Say that again.
I had to cut friendships because they couldn't adapt.
Why y'all holding on to folks? Now she over here to my, cause I like them, Papa. I like them. Everybody you like don't fit your journey.
Amen.
How old are you? 12. See, this is what a 12-year-old would be saying. I like it. Why we can't go? That's my friend. Some of your friends don't have friendship material in them. And so you went from high school and getting there and having to adjust to be independent, and then had to learn you had to step over the potholes. And the friends that was so tight and having okra parties and hot eye parties and come on, let's go here, and so got a car, you had to back away from them friends. Why?
Because their spirituality wasn't matching up with mine, and I'm not about to risk my happiness and life for your stupidity.
And that's what Caleb was trying to. Thank you, dear. That's what Caleb. So if you can't adapt, see, people, and please write this. Moods can be deadly. See, most people are moody. And depending upon what mood you're in, some of y'all looking, woo, I can see it on your face because I done hit you in your spirit right now. Depending upon what mood you're in, determines how your day and everybody in your circle day is going to go. This is why it's a danger to let people get too close. That's why I said it's a difference in disappointment and discouragement. Disappointment you need to prepare for is going to happen. Discouragement is a choice. And if you cannot adapt, you're not going to make good choices. Come on. The characteristics.
Characteristics of temperament include activity level, distractibility, adaptability, sensitivity, and quality of mood.
Quality of what?
Of mood.
Quality. So this is why I said moods can be deadly. The very thing you want, your mood can destroy it. And you're so familiar with your mood that you don't even know your mood caused this whole situation to shift. So when the 10 spies, thank you, baby. When the 10 spies came back with the negative report, I'll say this to you again. You need to find people and get around people who can add value to your life. And that group will be a group that will challenge you, not agree with you. That's the group that'll say, you should at least be taking one course online. You should be doing this. You should be, because you, see, here's the thing. They tried to wait on the perfect moment, but they never had a perfect plan. And so God says, use your strength, use your numbers, use your hunger, use your passion. And Caleb said this. He said, anybody have Numbers 13 and 30? Here's the thing you don't get, is that what you are to achieve, you're well capable of doing it. I want you to write that. What you want to achieve, you are well capable of doing it. I'm going to say something to you that's going to shock you. It will look like a giant. It will look like the buildings are to the heavens. Can I tell you why? Because you're looking down when you need to stand up and look it in the eye. See, most of the things you're trying to accomplish, you're trying to accomplish them through your brokenness. So you're trying to get grading on a curve. You need to attack it as if though that's where you belong. You don't need to wait till the job offer comes to you. You need to have the mindset of the job that you feel like you're supposed to be in. This is an issue. Because see, if you come from the village and you talk like the village, then you'll never fit in the nation. If you feel like your capabilities are national capabilities, then you should speak in a national type of tone. Does this make sense? One of the challenges that people have always had with my skill set is I'm able to be humorous, serious, joking, laughing. I can do all that in 1 minute. And I tell people that's a gift. I never planned that. I can never write that. That's just a gift. I don't know when it's coming, and I don't know how long it's going to stay, and I don't know when to shut it off. That's just a gift, and I can't control that. But what I'm telling you is your moves can be deadly. What you want to accomplish, this young lady just said, you're going to work in what, early development? Early childhood. That's what she saw. That's what she wanted to do. But she had to make the adjustments within her to move some things, to be able to find her freedom and opportunity as well as her spiritual growth. Are you willing to do that? Are you with the group who's still talking, but not one of the ones that will step out? And I'm going to say this. As we get ready to move forward, are you one of the ones that can step out and say, I am not going to do, watch this, the next 40 years of marking time in my life? If that's the case, you're going to have to move. To my granddaughter, your friends will have to be based on your vision, not your comfort zone. You go visit them when you're on vacation. You need people around you who think and talk like where you're going. So if you want to go from the village to the nation, you're going to have to change yourself. You're going to have to embrace going from a caterpillar to a butterfly, because where you're going, where you're at, continues to devalue you. So then what you think your conversation will be? A conversation of devalue. All you will see is struggle. All you will see is poverty. All you will see is survival. You will never see freedom and opportunity. You will never see the strengths within you, because you measure yourself from the outside of you, and you've never introduced yourself to the inside of you. Does this make sense? So now there are people who study you, and they set up a maze to trap you. Can I make it plain? Many people aren't chasing careers, they're chasing titles. A career will give you a different kind of frame and a different type of skill set. If you're just chasing a title, you want a title to validate yourself. This is why, and you can put me back on because I want people to hear this. I don't mind saying this. No, draw me up close. This is why everything and anything is in the pulpit. The easiest thing you can become is a preacher. Next Sunday, the Lord told me, or ministers, or look, you got to watch who give you information. I would not sit under a ministry that cannot add value to my life. Somebody told me the other night, they said, this is the uncomfortable ministry. This is the ministry that make you uncomfortable. The ministry won't let you get comfortable. Leadership is always challenging you because you have things to accomplish and you have seeds to sow for your children. If I told you you were great, some of y'all would never paint your house, never get an education, never buy new furniture, never invest, never have a savings account. Just be eating pork chops sitting on the front porch with your blood pressure up. And men talk about I'm in the spirit. You ain't in no spirit. You want to be around something that adds value. And so when we look at what Caleb said, and I've been dealing with successful living, I don't know how many years, over 10 years, but I never realized it's something that has to be taught. And we have to start making the internal adjustment within ourselves that we need to start talking success. Because sometime in the home, it can be so negative that the children are negative. It can be so fake that the children become fake. Because words carry power. So look at Numbers 13 and 33. I'm going to give you, Numbers 13 and 30, I'm sorry. Remember, moves can be deadly. All right, come on.
And Caleb stilled the people before Moses.
So somebody has to bring you to your senses. You ever had that person in your family you got to shake sometime? Because he or she is so emotional, they mad or whatever, or crying, and you got to slap them. So Caleb tried to bring the people back to what was the goal. Not the moment. Remember, there's a difference between the moment and the goal. And in between the moment and the goal is a thing called task. Are you up for the task? Come on.
And Caleb stilled the people before Moses and said, "Let us go up at once and possess it, for we are well able to overcome it."
Now, look at this. He knows there's going to be difficulties, but he is telling you in advance, you are well able. I'm about to let that one sink in for a minute. You are equipped to finish. You just got to stay in the fight. You're equipped to finish. And he says it's not going to come without some casualties. But he says, but it's all right. You're going to have to push some things out of your way for your seed to take root. So here's the thing, and I'm going to end with these two because I said I was going to end at 12:15. Ask me why it's so dangerous for the wrong temperament. Can you think of two things that it affects most? And I go back to my granddaughter asking a question with the wrong temperament. I want you to write this. The wrong temperament will affect your productivity. And if it affects your productivity, what you should and could be producing in your life, then it affects the abundance. And if there's no abundance, then there's no inheritance. So if we let the simple things continue to distract us, years will go by and you will have no productivity. So if you have no productivity, what can you sell? What can you deliver? What can you pass on? Because if your value is only in your feelings, in your emotions, if you're only focused on the moment. Now this is kind of a stretched out class, but I hope somebody's getting it, because this ain't a spit and pop. This is a class that make you think. If you don't settle in and plant now, you're delaying your harvest. This is why nature comes back into play. If it takes an apple tree to take 10 years, for an apple, that's only if it is cross-germinated, if it's grafted. But if it's a straight out seed, it has to take 10 years. And see, that's why I like young people. The internet said, and I ain't mad at the internet, but the internet don't tell you everything. You got to dig a little bit. Yeah, that's it. But look it up. If you graft it, it probably can start in 6 to 7. But if there's no graft, it takes 10 years for it to produce its first crop of apples. It takes an orange tree 15 years. Yeah, she going right to the internet. That's okay. So as a leader now, you got to fight everything. Cause you use a Greek word. Let me look it up. That ain't what it means. But that's okay. But so when do you start? Because if you stay in your feelings and your emotions, you stay stuck, you stay in poverty, you stay as a failed society or a failed ethnicity group, you stay as what people say you are. When do you start? When do you start? Because you're always playing the victim. And Caleb was saying, we should be the aggressor. See, preachers don't preach that. Oh, wait on the Lord. You need to break out what wait means in the Bible. Some people have missed their lives and miss their compassion. The Bible said, wait, the Lord will say, the Lord add to the church. But you've got to bring them in. You have to do. They want Jesus to usher, play drums, play the organ. They want Jesus to preach, be the media. They want Jesus to clean up the restroom. They want Jesus said he do it all. He fix it all. Jesus paid the price. How backwards is the thinking? So you need to understand, because weight means different things at different times in the Bible. But here Caleb is saying, we are well able. I want you, if you get nothing out of this, is know that you are equipped. You're not hearing that. Now you're hearing that. Ask me why. Are y'all stuck on that? You have been trained to be validated. So you're looking for validation. You're looking for approval. You're looking for acceptance. And if you're looking for acceptance, it's an indicator that you don't think you belong. So Caleb is saying, when he used the terminology, well able, that means I qualify. I don't need your validation. Y'all don't think that way. I can see it on your face. You don't think that way. You call it over aggressive, but other people can just run over you. Say anything. Caleb said, we are well, which means we're qualified. But there's always the group that want to disqualify you. And many times, it's the closest ones to you who will talk you right out of productivity, abundance, harvest, and inheritance. Because you allow your inheritance to be in the hands of somebody else. This whole premises that I'm getting ready to teach is to take your future into your hands. Take your God, take his word. First of all, take your God, take his word, take his processes, take his promises, and take his assurance, and you have grace to keep pushing. God bless you. I'll see you on Tuesday.